Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Code Crafted, and today we will be going to discuss about a very nice database, Redis, which is in-memory database. And we have seen some other types of database as well, like MySQL and RDBMS, right? So those database will store the data in a hard disk, right? And whenever we query any like SQL query, we do the SQL query, then it will read from that file structure and it will give the response to us. What happens in the Redis? Uh, Redis will store all the data in a memory, right? So it will be the faster reading and storing, of course, because we are directly accessing with the RAM. Uh, Unlikely like in a normal SQL database. So advantage is like fast in reading and writing. Uh, so the question will come that if we our laptop or our system shutdowns, then what will happen to our data? Will how it will be retained to the memory, right? So Redis, what it does, it in background use some kind of synchronization from the in-memory data to the data persistent file, right? So for us, uh, it is like opaque that it is not required to know what is how Redis is storing those data if we are just developing, right? So just bring you that idea. It will just read the memory all the time. It will monitor that and on the periodically, and it will store that data from the memory. If laptop or system shutdowns, right, and when it ups again, then it will try to read that persistent data and load all this structures like in memory structures which Redis understand, and based on that we will have all this data for accessible for those data, and we can use it, right? So that is all about the Redis. So how we can interact with this Redis database, and how to store or how to install it. So let's start that I'm using Mac machine, so I used brew install Redis, which will install the Redis server in my machine. You can use that, and you can go to the redis.io where you can download the binaries or executable. Even Redis is there in a GitHub as well, so you can download and compile that and install in your machine, Linux or Windows, right? So it is like many platforms it supports, and yeah, of course, yeah, you can use the command line. So I can see that, for example, we have a Redis server I want to start, right? Redis server. So that's how. Let me stop. So this Redis server is up and running for me, right? This is how it looks like. And if I want to see command line interaction, so it is connected. Let's try to connect if server is not up, right? Go it and Redis client. See, cannot connect to the Redis server because server is not available. So we can start using this SQL, sorry, a Redis server, and it is up and running for us. What is the port? The default port will be 2379. Sorry, 6379, for which it will be connected. Let's quit this as a Redis client and try to connect again, and we see that it is connecting to the database, right? And let's start executing some commands. So how the Redis takes this, right? In a SQL, we have a schema like table, right? Database will have the tables, and in that tables, we will define the attributes, what are the columns, and what is the types of the data it is going to be stored, right? In Redis, it is it has lots of data structures like list, set, and hash map, right? So it takes the key as a argument and the value pair. So it's like we need to provide the key and value uh, structure to the Redis, and it will store that. And whenever we want to get the results, right? So we use that key, and it will give the value associated with that key. So that's how it works. So for example, I'm going to just do this set, and then I will write name, and then code crafted, right? So it has stored the data in the server. Now I want to see what is my name stored in the database. If you see that, right? Um, Simply like we have used the name as a key, and crafted as a value, code crafted as a value, and we are trying to get that name. Yeah. So that's how it is responding us from the Redis server to us. If I want to see what are the keys we have in our system, we can use star. We can see that we have a single key as of now, and that is the name is name, right? And various of the command utility, we can hands-on using the, we can go to the Redis IO, and we will learn what are the commands it supports, right? And it is will give us idea what are the data structures is suitable for our requirement. So for example, if we want to use the optimized way to store our data using sets, right? So we how to do that. It has a set value. As add, we can add use those values to the set, and it has like a normally set name and a set get name. Even like I can say that I want to, what is the key value I want to have. So I would like to have a key um uh like blob, anything blob, yeah, ping, and value will be pop, pong, right? Like now get ping, it is giving the value pop. Now if we start see that how many uh keys we have, we will have the two, right? And so name and ping. And if we want to delete all this data, so we can use flush db, and we will see that we don't have any data in our Redis empty array. So we have flushed all these keys from our system, and if we try to access again, get name null, so it is giving null to us. So it is our like basic idea how we can use the Redis client. Now I'm going to use the Python code uh, to interact with the Redis server. And for that, we require a Redis library, right? So I have installed Redis library using a pip3 install Redis, and with that, the library is available to me, and I can access that using in our Python code. So let's dive into this without wasting any time. Okay. So let server run, and we can use import Redis, right? And with this, we are getting all those Redis APIs to uh, use in our Python code. Now let's create a object of Redis, or obj, or I can say object, Redis object, and then we will be using Redis. I'm connecting to the local host, right? So I will be using local host, and the port will be, it is saying, if I don't define anything, so it will be connecting to the local host, and a port number which is a default 6379, right? And let's see, let's try to print it obj. and start go Redis. So it is connected to the local host and port is a 6379. Like in non in our SQL, we will have the database, right? So it is by default is connecting to the database 0. uh, we can define our data to the database 0, 1, 2, 3 for the different workspace if we want to segregate our data in a different workspace. So like how it works, and we need to provide that db is equal to 1. I want to do all this activity in a database 0, and then all data will be deciding to database 0, and if you want to use the data or store the data or manipulate the data into database 1, we can use the db is equal to 1, and so on, like. So that's how like Redis is working. Let's try to disconnect it and see what are the error we are getting. And now we will be using, for example, said as I said, I will be using channel name, right? Or I can say channel or my code crafted, right? And then we will try to get that result. Let's store that message our object dot get, and then what is the name of the key? So key is that we will store the result into the variable, and we will try to print the message. And let's see what, see, we are getting error because connection refused, it is not running. Let's make it up, and we will try to run again and see. It is giving the code crafted, and we are setting the name of channel code crafted, and we are getting it. Let's see if we remove this. So the requirement is our application is terminated, and we want to get, like, we want to get this data whatever is stored, right? And we can now extend that data in future, right? So as I have deleted, like commented this, now we are not setting, we are just trying to get the name of that channel. So let's do, see, we are getting the result, right? So it is pretty simple. Now I will share one more data. So this is like key, normal key value. What happens, like, the requirement is we want to store something like uh, name, right? Or we can say description. Description, and description is like this channel provides content for coding, right? We have set it. Now we will try to get this description. How we can do it, we will use this as a description, and we will try to print, right? So we are using get for the description, and it is printing whatever we have set it, right? And if we are just commenting this both set, it should be printing the same, right? It is printing the same. So things come to the mind that if I will have the attributes and different, for example, I want to store data about different channel, right? So what will happen now? Channel, if I say any channel name code crafted one, right? It is just vlogging channel. I'm just giving the hypothetical example, vlog channel, right? What will happen? It is overriding the previous stored data, right? And we are losing the content, whatever we have stored in the previous. So it will override it. So how to do that? Hmm? So we can define something like channel, like we will do channel 1 and then channel 2, something like that. And for the description 1, description 2. With that, we will have the different value, different key. Not a very good way. So how to achieve that? So what we will do, we will do this channel 1, right? And description 1, right? And description 1. Now what we will do, we will use 2 as a naming, and we will try to get this details here, and same goes to here 2, and we will try to get the result 2. Now if we try to print it, we are not losing the data. To prove that, let's do this. Sorry, description 1, print, and get channel, right? So we will be printing this here. Okay, so I'm printing first about description channel 2, and then we will have the description about channel 1. So that's how we will be I'm just commenting this so that it is not confusing. See, it is this channel provides the content for the coding. Is we are printing? Yeah, we are printing. That's so code crafted 1, and we are not printing message 2. Okay, we will print that 2 here. Description 2 and description 1. Okay, code crafted 1, vlog channel. Channel 1 information is code crafted, and this channel provides the content for the coding, right? And if we are just trying to see how many keys we have, so we will use message r dot keys, and then star. If we do star, then we will be having information about key, what how many keys we have. So let's see what oh, okay, our object, sorry, let's print this message. So we will see that we have pre-order channel, right? And channel 1 as a key, description 1 as a key, description 2, description older one, and channel 2. So we have all the keys stored in our database. What will happen if I want to delete this channel? I want to delete it. So how I will do it? our object delete channel, right? So we will enter the uh, like sorry, we need to put, we will give the key to be deleted, and we should not see channel here, right? See, we are not seeing channel, we are having channel 1, description, description 2, and description only, right? And if we want to delete multiple of channel, then how to delete it, right? So we can provide multiple key keys to this. Now we will see that we are not having the information about channel and description, right? We have only pretty much whatever we intended to have, right? So if I want to just get the keys with respect to the channel only, how to do that? So we can use uh, this as a start, right? And with this, we will see the only specific information about the schema. Like I, I can say that this is the schema for channel, and we are seeing all the keys value for that, and we can iterate, okay, get this channel and get two channel information. The same goes to the description. If I want to just highlight, get the keys for the description, we will see that. So because of that, um, this colon, okay. So if we just try to print the information, we are getting the older information as well. So this is the like basic structure, normal key value attributes, right? Now we will see a different data structure which is called hash, right? Uh, let's do this flush db. We should not see any data key after that. Our object, and let's try to print this. It should give us empty, right? It is giving empty to us every time. So pretty like things good it is doing here as intended. Now we will be talking about different data structure, which is a hash, right? So right now we are seeing that we are using channel colon star. Can we do something better, right? So let's create our object, and then we will use has set, right? And has set, we will provide information, channel info, right? And we will give name as a code crafted, right? It is setting that information to the hash. And if we just try to print this data, so how we can do it? We can use hget. We use the hget for getting the info data of channel info. Let's try to print this. Okay, so sorry, we need to give the get all. Oh, my bad. Okay, name, and we are getting code crafted, right? So this is about channel info for one, which is making more compact, right? Instead of defining different places, we can define for example, we want to set for this. So it was like when we use the channel, right? It was overriding it. Now we can use channel info, and we can provide a description. We can provide the same description is like this channel provides coding. Okay, now let's see what it is doing. Okay, so it is giving name as a code crafted and description. So we can define the unique multiple attributes to the single key here, right? And if I just want to print the information about the name, right? So how to do it? I will use get only, and then I want to print the name. That's all, right? So we will be getting only name, and if I want to use or get this information about the description, what I will do, I will use this. Pretty cool, right? So that's how we will be getting this information. Now, what if I want to store the channel info for a different what do you say, channel, right? So we can do like this. Let's do this, and we are getting for the channel 1. Now we will do this for channel 2. Channel 2, and we will be having the information about 2. Let's change this to here. We should get the 2 at the last for the name, and channel info 2 and description, right? Name and description will be remain same, only we are changing keys, right? So let's see, we are not getting any information for this. Oh, we are not changing here. See, we are getting different what do you say, description for this. Now if we want to see here, channel 1, description 1, description 2, sorry, channel 1 info and channel 2 info should be there. Why it is not there? Is it visible to me? Asset and for 2. Oh, sorry, we are not printing the keys, right? Let's try to print here at last. So what are the keys? We have channel 1, description 1, description 2, and then description channel 2 will be having here. Yeah. Now channel info 2, and then channel info 1. So see, here we are storing 4 keys, 1, 2. So 2 key for one channel, right? Just to store it. And for the different one, we are using description 2 and channel 2. And here, just to store, we have compacted for channel info 2. We'll be storing the details of the channel data for 2, right? And channel info 1 will be storing the data information about the channel 1, right? So that's how we are getting the information for all this. And now if we want to further optimize it, right? So I think Redis provides a way which called as a stream. So let's see how we can use it. Our object. Let me more give idea about this here as well. If we want to compact, so we need to write 2 times, right? Uh, if I want to store multiple data in a single uh, line only. So how I can do this? I can provide the module, or let's see what is the asset and mapping, right? We need to provide the mappings. Now I can use, I need to change a little bit here, and I can copy this description all apart and store this, like, you see. So with this we will be storing all this data. So let's do this here as well if we want to see. So we are combining two lines, name will be 2 and we are just adding 2, right? Here we are just combining all multiple has sets, and we can extend based on our requirement. So for example, I want to extend this frequent. Sorry, did I just cut it? Okay, just cut it here as well. So let's remove this two. Okay, one. We will do this one. Okay, let's see them. Okay, so we are getting error. Oh, we need to provide this mapping. Yeah. So we will see that we are having info, channel info 1 and channel info 2, right? And we are getting information as well for channel info description, right? So that's how it is, like, store the data, and we can optimize further. Now further optimization I want to this, or I can say further compactness I would like to enter into this. How? So we can use the X stream which Redis provides. Let's do this. R object and X store or stream. Let me see. I think it is called as a uh, 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 I'm just looking for the documentation. Xadd. Okay. Xadd. So in Xadd, what we will do, we will add channel info only. Okay. And in this, we will add name. So what is the name for our this? So we will copy exactly the same from here. Okay. So we are adding this in channel info. Now we will add using the same key, which is channel info. We will be using channel name 2, right? Now we are not changing the key. We are using the same key to store multiple channel info, right? And if I want to use another one, let's add third, right? I'm just adding third here. Now let's read it. So how to read this object? So let's try to print what are the keys we have, right? So let's print here. So we have channel info, only single entity. So 2 for one channel and channel 2 for channel 2. And then we are having the channel info, which is making it the more compact. Now we will have only one for the the multiple channels information. Now if I want to read it, so I can use xread, right? Xread. Okay, let me, yeah. So it is channel 1, channel 2. So we it is automatically adding uh, value for the different. So it started with the 0, and then it started with a 1-1 key and 2, right? So now it is like more compact things we have used, right, to store. So this is about like hash map and stream, how we can use it. Now we will be talking about list. So as you know, in the data structure we use list, right, to store the values of, or I can say uh, in a list stack, we are pushing the data, right, and we can pop the data. So we can use in our data structure Redis as well. So let's do this. Our object, I have a like my list stored, uh, add sorry, r push in which my list, and then I need to provide the values, for example 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how many elements we are adding? So our push return the number of elements which we are adding into the list, right? So just to confirm that, if I add message, right, print, let's try to print it. It should be printing 5. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, it is printing 5, right? If I just remove, or if I add one more, it should be printing 6. See? So if we are not removing the flush, if we are not flushing, so it will store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 again, which is duplicate values. So it will store how many? 6, 6, 12. No, it does not provide the, sorry, you see. So we are seeing 12 here. Again, if we run 18, so likewise. So yeah, that is thing it is doing. Now I want to pop, like we have pushed. If I pop, right, so if I just want to print this data, so how I want to print all these values from this, so we can use message our object, and then we can use L range, right? In Python, like we use my list, and we can use from where to where we want to use like 0 to end, right? We will put at there and print message. It should be printing all 0 to end 6, right? Let's print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? If I want to print from second one, right? Yeah, 0, 1. So from 2 I want to print, I will add this to, see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So normal range like in Python we use. So this is how it is working. So we are printing it. Let's see if we remove, right? If we try to remove the data from the list, our object dot we want to pop, right, from the my list. So we are popping 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, so it is popped first one, right? And if we pop again, so it will pop 2, right? See, so we are just adding, for example, if I do this r push, so for the single attribute 1, right? Let's see. So it is adding to the last. So adding to the last, and it is deleting from the front, right? So likewise, if we use left L push, so now 1 should be added to the before the 3, right? That is my assumption. Yeah, see, so we are deleting, entering to the first here. So we can use L push to push in the front, and R push to put from the end here, right? And we can use the L pop. So we are using L pop. We can use the R pop. So we can use R pop. So what it says about, so removes and return the last element from the name, right? So by default, commands pop a single element from the end of the list, right? So it will be popping. So earlier it was popping L pop, pops from here. It should be popping from here. So I should not be seeing 6, right? So let's do this. I'm not seeing the 6. So I hope that it is like clear. This is the basic Redis, like I was reading about, and I was trying to understand how we can use in our Python code. So like I did mistakes, so we learn from the mistakes, right? There is no issues. I would like to show you all these operations which we are using in a graphical. So Redis provide a GUI, which is called Redis Insights, and we can see all this data in our Redis UI itself. Okay, so we see, we can just click on this code crafted. We can edit if we want, right? Channel 2 information, channel description 2, video blog, so extreme, as I said. So yeah, this is the string key value. This is the hash, right? Hash table. So in this single specific channel 2, we are storing information about channel 2, code graphic 2, description, and same goes to the channel info 1, code crafted and description. And then we use the stream, right? So how we can see like this, uh, about name and then each value which we have added so far, right? And coming to this my list, so we have stored 1, 3, 4, 5, like we are in this index based, it is showing. We can add that. You are thinking that what is the TTL, right? So TTL is time to live. What does it mean? That if we are storing a key and value, right? So if we define a TTL to a key, that hey, I want to store this data, this key only for the specific around 10 seconds, and automatically it should be deleted, then we can do that. So see, for example, if I want to, let me choose this my list, and I want to set limit for 10 seconds. Let me see, now it is decreasing, right? Decreasing. Now 4 second, 2 second, 1 second, gone. So key does not exist, right? And we see that automatically it got deleted. So this is the use of the TTL, and we can use that in our Python code as well. It is like exercise for you. You can use how to set the TTL in your key, specific key, right? So that's all from my end. Let me know how you feel about this channel, and if you have any questions, ask me. Feel free to ask me on this channel. Comment on this video, subscribe, like, of course. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.